Good morning from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. A new ferry service between downtown Vancouver and Nanaimo has been making headlines over the last 10 months, Hullo Ferries. This new service is mostly aimed at commuters between Nanaimo and Vancouver, as the housing market is cheaper there. This is also providing another cheaper alternative to traveling to Vancouver Island. Prior to Hullo, it was just BC Ferries providing an affordable option to get to the island. Today, I'll show you the seating, onboard offerings, and service. But first things first, we start off at Jack Pool Plaza here at Canada Place. All of Hullo's sailings depart on the same dock as the Harbour Air flights. It's easy to find the dock, but the Hullo signage was missing compared to when they first launched. Unlike Harbour Air, there is no inside waiting area for the ferries, and just a regular queues outside. I really hope Hullo can lease a space in the convention center down the line. I first arrived here 45 minutes prior to departure time. You can arrive up to 10 minutes before the sailing departs. This is one of the most scenic spots in all of Vancouver. So regardless, if you're visiting or a local like I am, it's worth spending some extra time here. Hullo only has two of these Damen catamaran fast ferries. Damen is a shipbuilding group based in the Netherlands, but these two ferries were built in Vietnam, offering three classes of seating: Comfort at $40, Premium at $50, and Business at $60. These are fixed prices, and I'll break down each class offering during the sailing. This is not the first time a fast ferry service has been set up between Vancouver and Nanaimo. There was one in 2003, but folded shortly after starting. Hullo is not bringing anything new here, but the market landscape has changed considerably since then. Hullo is just taking advantage of the market. Housing prices, changed working structures post-pandemic, and continuing shortfalls at BC Ferries that they're still trying to repair. Queuing is done by each class. Seeing as this is a late morning sailing, it wasn't too full, even being the first one to board and standing in line for only 10 minutes. Tickets are delivered electronically via email and are scanned prior to boarding. They also charge for luggage and sports equipment prior to boarding at $30 a piece. All seating is assigned, with Comfort taking up the bottom floor, and Premium and Business taking up the top floor. Both levels have a snack bar available. These business class seats are very generous for the 70-minute sailing. Tons of width and a crazy amount of legroom. The one downside is the tray table doesn't extend far enough, so you're having to lean in quite a bit. In the seat back pocket, there's a sickness bag, but the catamaran doesn't sway too much, which leads to a smoother ride. The actual seat amenities are great: a universal power outlet, USB A and C ports, along with a generous recline, perfect after a long working day. Also, the ledge in the window seats offer a good substitution over the tray table. The one selling point of Hullo advertises over BC Ferries is the free Wi-Fi. This was working, albeit a bit slow. Luckily, I was still able to get a decent phone signal during the sailing. And there was even a couple business travelers taking meetings on Zoom. Still, a great feature that they have over BC Ferries. The washrooms are in the back of the vessel and are overall very standard and kept clean. Premium seating looks better for your average business travelers, as the tray table is a lot closer, yet still having all the same power ports as business class. The universal power outlets and Comfort are shared. We ended up departing 2 minutes early and made our 70-minute sailing across the Salish Sea. First noteworthy sight is unofficially the tallest aircraft control tower in the world. This controls the Vancouver Harbour Aerodrome, and is unofficially the tallest because it sits on top of a high-rise office tower. It's not a freestanding structure. Business class passengers are offered a complimentary snack. I just went with a soda water and a Cliff Bar. The list of available snacks to choose from are all available at the snack bar. As we get on our way out of Burrard Inlet, a curtain is set up dividing business and premium class. The most scenic parts of this whole sailing are departing Vancouver, the North Shore, Lionsgate Bridge, and Stanley Park, but the salt-covered windows weren't helping too much with that. I'm all for Hullo's operating model. Yes, it's a bit more expensive than BC Ferries, but offers a fast, comfortable, and a convenient connection from one downtown core to another. It also provides a pretty good connection to YVR Airport via the Canada Line, which is a 10-minute walk from the dock in Vancouver. Although, by the time the first sailing arrives in Vancouver, you're missing most of the morning departures out of YVR. That's when flying out of Nanaimo is a better option. Also touching back on Hullo's operating model, I've already talked to a friend that lives in Gibsons on the Sunshine Coast, and they're really hoping Hullo will service the community as well. Just like Nanaimo, there's a lot of commuters to downtown Vancouver from Gibsons, and they're fed up with BC Ferries being unreliable. That being said, they could use the main dock in Gibsons, but there's lack of adequate parking in the area. Plus, transit isn't as frequent on the Sunshine Coast. With an approximate sailing time of 45 minutes, this would benefit the Sunshine Coast considerably. Speaking of sailing times, the sea was definitely choppy today. I'm not sure if it impacted the sailing speeds, but it seemed fine cruising at 60 kilometers an hour, or 33 knots on average for all our sailing friends out there. As we approach entrance and Gabriel Island, I'll mention that the location of Hullo's ferry dock in Nanaimo is a little bit less than ideal, as the terminal sits about a 20-minute walk from the actual downtown core, but there is a complimentary shuttle though. With the chop of the sea plus docking, this sailing was realistically more like 85 to 90 minutes, but that still beats BC Ferries at a Horseshoe Bay anytime. In the end, I think Hullo provides a good, reliable, and comfortable service. They still have tons of future potential considering the housing market, and can expand to the Sunshine Coast to attract more customers. That being said, I have a few gripes that can be improved on. First, there should be a proper waiting room in Vancouver for starts. Maybe have some small, but more expensive food options like hot food, and a bit minor, but see if you can get that tray table extended for business class. That being said, would I take business class again? Probably not, it seemed a little overkill. It'd be great after a long day of traveling or a work day though. But anyways, thanks for checking this video. I've been wanting to do a video on Hullo since they started, and I'm finally glad I got the opportunity. In the rare case in the future I need to be in Nanaimo, I will definitely be taking them again. So, if you found this video enjoyable, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Cheers, and I'll see you coming back to Vancouver on Harbour Air.